Okay, you know that sound? The rain is pouring down, and that one little machine humming away in your basement suddenly becomes the most important thing you own? Well, today we're diving right into a high stakes showdown between two of the biggest names in the game, Zoeller and Wayne. But first, let's just ask the big question. Is your basement really protected? Because when water starts seeping in, the damage can be, well, catastrophic. And let's be honest, your peace of mind is the first thing to wash away. And that's exactly why this decision is so critical. You know, picking out a sump pump isn't just another weekend chore. It's literally your number one line of defense. The choice you make here could be the difference between a dry, happy basement and a massive, expensive cleanup job. Nobody wants that. All right, so let's meet our contenders. In the ring today, we have two absolute titans of the industry. Both are famous for their reliability, but they go about it in completely different ways. First up, we've got Zoeller. People often call this one the durability champion. You should think of a Zoeller pump as a long-term investment. They are just famous for their rock-solid, heavy-duty build, usually with these massive cast-iron bodies. Their whole philosophy is about building a pump you can install and basically forget exists. And in the other corner, you've got Wayne, the value powerhouse. Wayne has built its name on giving you incredible performance without that eye-watering price tag. They're all about balancing raw power with cost-effectiveness, which makes them a really popular choice for a lot of homeowners.
Okay, introductions are done. Now it's time to see how these two really stack up against each other. Let's pop the hood and put their features head to head.
So this really gets to the heart of how each brand thinks. Zoeller is all about old-school brute force, just using these super heavy-duty, robust parts to make sure nothing can easily break. Wayne, on the other hand, is focused more on clever, efficient design to squeeze out all that performance at a price that's just tough to argue with. So let's break down what that actually means for you. Zoeller's main appeal is that long-term investment vibe, built on solid, simple mechanics. Wayne's all about cost-effectiveness, and they get there with things like a super efficient impeller design. That's the little fan inside that actually flings the water out. The thinking is different even with support. With Zoeller, the idea is that its tough parts won't need much service, while Wayne is so widely sold that finding parts is usually pretty simple. But here's the really good news. No matter which brand you're leaning toward, you're getting the essential features you absolutely need. Both are going to have thermal protection so the motor doesn't burn out, a reliable float switch so it turns on by itself, a sealed motor to keep water out, and solid warranties. So you can be confident you're getting a quality, safe pump either way. Okay, so now we get to the most important part, making your choice. Because this isn't about which pump is technically better, it's about which one is better for you and for your house. So how do you actually decide? What are the things you should be thinking about when you're standing there in the store or looking online? Let's break it down into a really simple process. It really just comes down to these three things. First, be real with yourself about your water flow. Do you just get a little damp spot, or does it look like a small river in your basement during a storm? That's going to tell you how much horsepower you need. Second, think about your basement size. A bigger space needs a stronger pump to get that water out fast. And finally, of course, your budget. Are you looking for the best price right now, or are you willing to spend a bit more upfront for that potential long-term set-it-and-forget-it peace of mind? All right, we've gone through the brands, we've looked at the features, and we've walked through how to decide. It is time to bring it all home for the final verdict. So here's the bottom line. Choose Zoeller if your absolute number one priority is bulletproof, long-term durability. If you want a pump you can put in the ground and not have to think about for years and years, that's your guy. On the other hand, choose Wayne if you're looking for that perfect sweet spot. You know, strong performance, great features, and a really fantastic value for your money. And at the end of the day, it's so important to remember, there isn't one best pump for everyone. The right choice really truly comes down to your specific house, how much water you expect to get, and what your budget looks like. It's a personal call. So as those clouds start rolling in, the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you know the difference between the durability champ and the value powerhouse, which pump are you going to trust to keep your home and everything you've got in it safe and dry? The choice is all yours.